Hi Virgo, welcome to your mid-March check-in. This is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And as always, in the description box below, there's information about the decks that I'm using, as well as how to book a one-on-one reading with me. And for you aspiring readers out there, there's a link to my course, Total Tarot, if you would like to check that out. So without further ado, let's dive into this. I'm pulling some oracle cards right now just to get us started. We have purity, we have trust, and we have the magnet. I almost like how this purity and trust almost create like a full picture. It's almost like they're connected, but they're different shades, and perhaps it's a misshapen. There's a certain gap here. And I feel like maybe there is, I almost want to say there are things that you're trying to fit together, but they don't fit quite right. Maybe it's a little trial and error that needs to get it. Or maybe you're trying to connect with someone and it's just not coming together, right? Or it could be a project where perhaps there's some missing piece or missing element there. And it's almost like you know, it's like you're working in tandem, you're working in sync, but there's just like this interesting parallel where things just don't intersect. They don't ever meet. And with this magnet, it's like telling me, you know, it's all in divine timing. It's not something you can force. This is just how it is. I feel like with purity and trust here, if we're dealing with, you know, you and another person, it could be like one of you is really trying to do some personal work, clear some things, handle some stuff, get some things off their plate. And the other person is really learning to have faith in things, because I feel like if you two were to get together now, whatever is being cleared or worked on would create some type of conflict or some type of schism, you know, some type of like separation, and it would be a little too soon, right? So don't worry about misconnections right now. Don't worry about whatever you feel like is missing or unfulfilled or not coming together, because maybe there's a piece that fits. Maybe, you know, again, you two are working on things, so there's another chance, you know, down the road of coming together, of having things work out. But with this magnet, it's saying like, just give it some time. There's some type of force here that is underlying, that needs to be put into account in some way. And so let me pull some cards here. We have the Eight of Wands. So yeah, it's like things are kind of slow moving. Communication is probably at a low or moving slowly. There's something that's just not going very quickly. It's taking some time, right? Oh goodness, and we had 3 cards come up, and I thought I was just pulling one. So we have the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Four of Cups. I feel like either way, it's like either you or this other person, you in this situation, it's best to not control things, to push things, to rush things in any way. I feel like ultimately here it's about stepping up and allowing yourself to see things differently, maybe moving away from stuff to a certain degree, and letting other things kind of take, it's like stop trying to fight the unknown. Let other things kind of be at the forefront of your mind right now. I feel like maybe there's something else coming in that'll either help with this overall situation, whether directly or indirectly, or perhaps you're just really kind of despondent because of whatever is not coming into fruition. And it's kind of creating some internalized pressure or feelings of just not being good enough, right? It's like, this is stuff for you to overcome. I feel like it's like you're having to take a step back before you take a step forward. We have the Temperance card, which is all about taking it slow, having patience, you know, experimenting with things, really figuring out where your beliefs may be, what's tripping you up, or what's creating some of this resistance in the situation. We have the Seven of Cups underneath it. So it's like perhaps you're letting your fears get the best of you. You're letting your imagination run you instead of allowing your imagination to work for you. And so it's like perhaps creating all of these different scenarios in your mind that really have nothing to do with you. You're just taking something a little too personally when really it's just not the right timing. Things are incomplete for a reason, because you just gotta wait. There are other things maybe that you need to be taken care of. Here we have this Queen of Swords. So this resembles like this, you know, means like confusion. I'm not really feeling clear, not really knowing how to communicate something, not really being ready to take action. And there's no way to kind of like voice it or get clear about it. And then funny enough, we have this Knight of Swords, and it's just like taking confused action, maybe chasing your tail, feeling really scattered, not really creating a way forward. You're just creating more work in some capacity here. And it's got you maybe just want to throw the towel in, give up, doubt yourself, all these things, right? And then underneath we have the Death card, and it's like there's resistance to surrendering, to really getting to challenge yourself. It's like, why isn't this working? And like being kind to yourself about it. It's like, maybe it's just not time yet. Allowing yourself to not take things personally. We have the Emperor, and it's just like, you know what? Perhaps you have embodied some characteristics of someone that you don't like. Maybe, but maybe there's someone successful or someone that does something really well. Or it could be some type of, maybe like a father figure or something, and you're trying to really get things moving because of this person in your life who exudes this type of Emperor energy. Maybe there's someone who can't do something for themselves and they rely on a lot of other people to do things for them. And so maybe you feel like, well, I lack a team, so I got to be able to kind of make up for it. Or, hey, I'm the only one here just trying to do things. And it's like, it's making you come off as either a tyrant to yourself or to those people that you're attempting to come together with. Maybe you're putting pressure on those other people since you can't seem to figure out what you've got going on here. And then we have the Hierophant. And it's in the reverse, which is telling me, you know what? There's a new way of moving through this. You got to kind of like have faith. It's kind of a loss of faith here. Maybe you've been really discouraged, not super engaged, or wanting to hear about how things could or should be done. It's like you just kind of lost faith altogether and you just want something different. And so you may kind of like fall for anything, right? And then we have this Judgment card in the near future, but it's like you're gonna see where you kept yourself kind of like in the corner and bound up. And I feel like someone's gonna kind of come in and tap you on the shoulder and offer you a gentle little wake-up call, like, hey, this is what's going on, or hey, this is what you need, or hey, like, I've noticed this, right? Or maybe they talk about their own type of experience, which ultimately helps you find clarity in applying it to your life. So Ace of Swords, this is you just really wanting that clarity. You have some type of idea or something and you really want to act on it, but this Four of Swords is just telling me, like, just wait, just meditate on it, just rest up, like, don't try to, again, don't let your imagination run too wild, run against you. We have the Justice card, and it's like you're really wanting to come together with someone, bring things into balance. You want things to get going, to get grounded. You want things to be fair. You want things to be fair in some way. And I don't even think it's just like with this person or this project. You just want things to be fair. And I feel like you felt like things have been unfair. And so you've been maybe really angry, working against stuff, trying to like really be a renegade in some way, but things just aren't budging. Things just aren't moving. And instead, like, you're kind of the victim here. You're kind of the victim here. Because also we have like 5 swords right here, and that's conflict. That's an exchange of ideas here. And it's like, and then we have this Four of Cups. So finally you release something. I feel like with whatever conflict may arise or this person coming in, you're now willing to accept something. And I feel like this is something that's coming in for you in like early April, if not late March. We have the Nine of Wands. And so then you're going to have this kind of renewed vigor and be able to withstand whatever's coming, like you're quietly anticipating instead of actively expecting, if that makes sense. That's just kind of what I got from there. And then we have this King of Swords too. So yeah, it's like if you don't know, if you're not clear on what to do or what to say, don't say it. You may charge someone or charge yourself with doing something that, again, is just not the time for. And also, pay attention to who you're listening to, what you're listening to. I feel like there's some type of outside influence here that's creating some of this struggle. Maybe you listen to too many readings and it's causing you to get really frustrated. It's bringing you down, right? And that's really very much the opposite of what these are supposed to be doing for people. And it's funny, this King of Swords and this Emperor, it's just like, it's both dudes with swords, like plain and simple. But this guy almost has his like pointer finger like on his sword, kind of like he's making a contract. And I feel like also it's like, be careful. I think it's also saying be careful about what you commit to, because you may find that there's certain clauses or things that you are not cool with. So really pay attention to whoever you're committing to, because you may find out later it's just not a match. And it could be with kind of what we were talking about earlier. Maybe there's a missing piece, as in there's someone better, or maybe there's some type of buffer. Maybe there's a middleman here that needs to come in, like if you need an agent or something like that. Maybe it's not you going directly to people for a service or a project or a product, and it's like you having someone else kind of intervene, come in, like I said with this Judgment card. Also for some of you, like it could also signal like, don't be pushed into things. If you feel like there's something wrong, speak up for yourself. You gotta, sometimes people are manipulative and they make us feel a certain way about ourselves, but in all actuality, we're picking up on how they feel. So we're getting a sense of who they are and what they think about themselves. And so being able to discern the difference can actually really help you greatly in remaining authentic and within your own power and feeling empowered, right? To make those decisions for you that are right for you. So that is what I have for you, Virgo. I hope that was helpful. Again, if you'd like a more personal experience, check out the link down in the description box below. And until next time.